And what's up, everybody? This is None Defense, host of this YouTube channel, and of course the leader of our task force that's still unboomable. I'll just pull them up, show them off. There we go. So of course our real life leader is my lovely lady, Miss Boom Bitch Angie, and of course there's None Defense down there. But he's climbing 463. The other day my goal was to pass Don too, and of course he went on a freaking rampage and got like way more than me in a short amount of time span, and I don't have the attention span to have beaten him that day. After he did that, it was just like, all right, you win this round, Don. So anyway, that was a pointless conversation to have, and I'm glad we had it. So yesterday, was it yesterday? It was yesterday in real life. Yesterday, I'm on Grublet, you notice, and I wanted to, how do I say this? So remember I mentioned the other day that I send Grublet out, or bring Grublet back home to still unboomable whenever he's getting kind of low on diamonds, and then I send him back out to other teams just to poke around. And you know what I'm really waiting for? I'm waiting for the inevitable question like, dude, what's up with your landing craft? These guys, the team that I'm on currently, this is, pull it up, this is Fotro of the Fotro Navy. Anchors away. So anyway, this is them, and these guys have been really cool. Like, nobody has been mean to me. Nobody has called me out for the statues. They just, one thing they did say was, I like what one guy said. I forget who it was. I think it was this guy. Let's pretend it was this guy, because they're all very similar. But somebody was like, hey, you need to have your base more like us to get, that's what he said, something to the effect of that. And he said that, like, you need to have your base more like us to get more resources. And I said, oh, you mean more trees? He said it wasn't that funny that day either. I don't know why I thought it would sell today. Anyway, so they op regularly, these guys, and I'll show off a couple of their, let's say, yesterday. So they didn't get the win, and that's mostly my fault because I literally joined this team 18 minutes too late, and the last attack, oh, my brother Gabe A. Smith is live now, Hell State. Alright, hold on one second. I know I really shouldn't take time out of a YouTube video to do this, but I'm just going to go ahead and say, who you losing to today? Who you losing to today? He is a Mississippi State football fan. Who you losing to today? So there we go. That was just, I'm not going to respond to anything he has to say. I just wanted to go ahead and say something, because you got to talk smack with your brothers about football in America. That's just what we do. Anyway, so no more of that. We're focusing on this. So these guys are pretty good for a small team. They, have max stuff. They get tons and tons of intel, and they go in and crush things. Oh, and I was saying, let's just, in this imaginary scenario, had I joined the team and then they started the op with just Grublet, theoretically, just looking at it, I'm not going to make you swear to it, but I really believe I could have pushed it over the edge. So I'm sorry, guys. Sorry I was 18 minutes too late. But they get the job done. Like here they beat Hacksaw, and there's just a few of them. They're working at it. And so, great job, guys. Great job. It's a pleasure to hang out here with you. So they were getting ready to start another op, and I asked the question, can I go ahead and bring some guys over? So I pulled Grublet off the roster to make room for better guys, because there was only 4 roster spots available. And, excuse me. So I pulled Grublet, and then I went back to the main team, still unboomable, and asked them, I asked the guys, like, just put it out there. For those who don't know how it works, literally somebody, and it is not just me, I'm not the only one who does this, shows up in chat and says, hey, I got an op about to happen, who wants in? And they'll tell you, and we'll put out there how many roster spots are available. And if you're eager and you really want to go, like, go. Like, go by all means. And the reason that I know I personally love to do this, and likewise for my brothers who travel with me, you know, my Boom Beach brothers, that was my real life brother that I was talking shit on about state. Anyway, the whole point is, you know, like I said in chat earlier today, it kind of keeps your blood flowing in ops when you're in between ops. So, and having this many accounts just gives me the opportunity to reach out and connect with a wide variety of people. So that's what that is why we do it. It's just fun for us. So they usually do hacksaw. So we figure we'll bring over, I brought over Big Braun, and Big Richard, and so let's see, Spin. No, all right, because I moved Grublet out. That's right. So we had 5 roster spots. Excuse me, I was confused. So Spin then brought Spindrift and Lee's, and then of course Cully, who is a new member to the team. He has a very fascinating backstory. It actually turns out that he is a corn farmer from Idaho. He farms corn, and somewhere in the midst of all that, he finds time to get on Boom Beach and, you know, let the corn tend to itself, you know. And he's really good at what he does. How he managed to get, you know, as strong as he is as an account holder, but still managing to farm the corn. Great job, Cully. You have tons of respect from me. So we come over to the op, and we have these 5 spots. And the plan, whenever we visit on an op, the plan is not to take all the attacks. Like, we don't try to do that. But this one, it just kind of worked out that way. So it was a 12-minute op. Here we go. And I've wasted more than 12 minutes talking about random things without even showing the op. So this was Mr. Corn Farmer from Idaho, Cully. So let's go ahead and watch his attack, his solo on Borderline. Cully had never traveled with us before. You know, and that's understandable for, you know, a guy of his, you know, of what, considering what he has to do on a day-to-day basis. Like, when you think about it, farmers feed the world, people, so we really should thank folks like Cully for all their hard work that they do. So thank you, Cully. Thank you for all your hard work on the corn farm. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, does he produce ethanol? You know, no, he doesn't produce ethanol. He produces corn for human consumption, man. Like, don't put that on Cully. Cully's better than that. Cully's better than that, okay? So, I want y'all to just leave Cully alone and just be grateful the fact that he's taking time out of his day to farm corn. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. No, nobody even cares about what he does for a living. Why are you going on about this? Because corn is important. You think it's not important? Try living your life without it. Just try it. Do you realize how many products that you ingest on a day-to-day basis or that you use on a day-to-day basis have some form of corn involved? Think about that. Look at read the side panel on the ingredients of almost anything you buy at any grocery store. It's folks like Cully who make that happen. Okay, so now that we're done with Cully, great job, Cully. I'm not going to talk about his line of work anymore. So this was Bronze Richard. So, quick backstory. For those who don't know, Braun is a beast, the Big Braun, and he's just, you know, 1,000 force or victory points and just pushes himself and all that stuff. Well, he's taking like a month-long break, and maybe even longer. Just depends on everything that's going on in his life right now. So, for the time being, he has given me trust of his account, the Braun, the Big Braun. And some accounts, some low level, they were low level when I gave them to him, and of course because he's Braun, he pushed them so hard. Now they're really strong. So all the low levels that I gave him to play on a while back, he's now given them back in the meantime, and that includes Bronze Richard. So okay, so this was me using Bronze Richard, and we're going all Zuka, and this is against High Five. Just for what it's worth, guys on this team, Fotro, when I first saw this, whenever I see High Five, my first immediate thought is, and we all know what it is, it's 3 shock launchers right here. Well, this one I got, you know, that was a bonus, like, so don't give me too much credit, you know, this one just didn't have 3 shock launchers, so I was like, oh, well, that makes it even easier. So then I was able to just start throwing some bombs and some artillery at the rocket back there. get it set up, start working this stuff. And if memory serves, let's speed it up. If memory serves, I got out like a couple of those, something like that. And I got rid of the rocket. That was the main thing. That was the main thing. Now, I really like the fact that we have a 50-man team. That last flare, I totally meant to target the shock launcher, and I flared next to the shock launcher, and that's why that went bad. I definitely like having a 50-man team. It's just fun. It's interesting. So many different personalities you got to work with and work around. You know, but being on a smaller team, I could definitely see how it would be have that extra twist because you've really got to be dialed in if you want to maximize your chance of success. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just enough just to be strong and plow through it. There has to be some thought and some strategy that goes into it, and that's why I like Fotro. When I first came over and looked at their previous ops, like, you could tell that there's some thinking happening. Even though they don't chat a lot, there's definitely some thinking happening. Awesome. We're going to come back to you in just a moment. Let me go ahead and show you how I wrapped up high five on Bronsoon. Bronsoon. All right. So we will speed this up. So that barrage there was just to clear those mines. I wasn't really intending to damage the SLs. I mean, obviously they're going to get damaged, but that wasn't my goal. If I could have cleared all those mines and did 0 damage to those SLs, I still would have done it, and it would have been worth it. So that's all. Just a little reposition, shot, boom, 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 boom. You know, and when this happened, you know, when I got the 2-shot on this, right then I knew, like, oh snap, we're going to take all the attacks, and that's, again, not what we want. But we can't attack poorly just so other people can attack. I mean, if you're going to hit that attack button, you better be ready to bring your best. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at Spindrift for the solo on Smog City, and then we'll come back and we'll do the other one last. Okay, so we're dropping some barrage there. And for those, you know, when we do this, the op and runs, you know, when we're just going over to another team, we're typically going to be opping at something lower than what we would normally do. So we're usually operating well within our comfort zone. Remember, that's not bragging, just saying that's just where we are. So it rarely requires much like talking outside of the chat. In some of the visits that we'll go on and that we've traveled to in the past, and I'm sure in the future as you know we continue to travel, because you know I like sending all my little different accounts out to different places and check out different teams and meet different people. It's fun. Excuse me. But as you, all right, where was I going with that? So anyway, I'm so high. Should probably smoke more. Should probably smoke more. I'll get on that. I'll get on that soon. I promise. So that was Spin's attack on Smog City. So good job there, Spin. And Awesome had an attack on Breakwater. Oh, anyway, I remember. So whenever we attack, come to these operations, you know, these travel operations, because we don't have to, because we don't have to chat so much, it looks much easier than it is. So if anybody from Fotro, if you happen to be watching in this video, which you're probably not, and I don't blame you, we took all the attacks, except for Awesome, but we'll talk about him in a moment. But it looks like it's really easy. Please understand, guys, that it's not really easy. It's just we've done this as a team for so long, and Cully, between his potato farming, corn farming, he's managed to become a very skilled, very accomplished boomer, and it turns out he's been watching these videos for a while, so when he decided to bring this account over, that, it really wasn't too much for him to just blend right in. So that's what's going on. So it's not that we're really good or anything, and it's not that it's really easy. It's just we practice this, and we're operating well within our comfort. When we start a powder keg, we're operating well within our comfort zone. So anyway, so this is the last attack of the op, and I'm going to go ahead and show it. And I really wanted to highlight, since he got an attack in, Awesome. And Awesome has been fantastic. Again, everybody on this team has just been really cool. Just really, really cool. So what he decided to do, now being honest, you know me, because I'm going to sneak around right here, and I'm going to take the whole thing on from this side, especially if I'm going skanks. But he saw what he wanted to achieve, and he knew how to achieve it. So can't fault the man that. But definitely just keep in mind Awesome for future attacks, especially if like a breakwater pops up. And I've seen people attack from this side on breakwater a million times. So you're not saying you're doing anything wrong. Nothing like that. I'm just acknowledging that we on Still Unboomable have found tons of success with the sneak. Now it just depends on the setup. But yeah, I would have definitely snuck over there and not even thought twice about it. I definitely wouldn't have. But you almost got this thing, Awesome. I mean, you essentially, Awesome beat this base. So good job, Awesome. Congratulations. You beat that base. Yeah, Lee's got the winning shot, but you had exposed it and done so much to it that, really a relatively determined 12-year-old should have been able to go up and beat that. So let's just go ahead and fast forward, get you to there. So Fotro, if you happen, I don't know how, I never make any promises about how long I'll leave a Grublet or any account that you happen to bump into me on. I never make any promises about how long I'll leave it in any one given spot, and it really comes down to often what's going on in my real life. It's what's often blend into the, what's going on with Still Unboomable and a lot of things. But you guys seem really, really nice and really cool, and you clearly know how to get intel. You know what I mean? So I'm going to definitely stick around for, a few more ops. Let's see if we can get an op going. Like, maybe we can save up. And again, guys, I'm sorry that I can't help you so much with intel, but I can definitely, if you can get enough intel to start, like, something even bigger than Powder Keg. I don't know what was bigger, but whatever it is, if you guys save up, and I'll help on Grublet where I can, but if you guys save up, when it's time to go again, we'll bring even more, so that was, who was that? That was Spin, Cully, front, and 2 of the bronze. So we could leave one of the bronze home, like leave Bronze Richard home, and maybe bring over, I don't know, somebody that wants to, like a Bort. If a Bort, he's been known to pop in and out on these travel ops, so you just never know. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this video up. Friends, I want to thank all of you so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with us and watch these stupid videos. And to the Fotro Navy, I salute you, gentlemen. You are awesome. I really appreciate it. You really are awesome, see? Awesome. Anyway, but you guys are awesome, and we really appreciate everything that y'all do. And we hope to be able to save up and do a bigger op with you guys. Like, again, we felt like we just kind of took the thunder, but Awesome. Like, that was your win, Awesome. Like, don't let anybody tell you that you didn't beat that base, because you, sir, beat that base. All Lee's had to do was just go in and just push it over, you know what I mean? So you did that. Great job. Thank you, sir. All right, I'm wrapping it up. Thank you again for watching. Please remember that we are still unboomable, and as always, please be safe. Thank you.